Now tell me, does the presence of spirits help produce a better spirit?
That's a good question.
That's the spirit. Today we're going to dive into Old Kempton Distillery. So, well, I'll first say, I think we've made it as a whiskey review.
Yeah.
Right? We've been gifted this set to try out from one of our biggest fans.
That's right, yes.
So there's two things better than reviewing a whiskey, right?
Two things.
Reviewing three and getting them for free.
So if anybody else would like to follow suit.
Makes us so happy.
Oh, yes.
So I'll start pouring because we've got a bit to get through. So Old Kempton Distillery, a little craft distillery down in Tasmania. Mm-hmm. So a little island state on southern end of Australia. It's international.
Uh-huh.
Founded by Bill and Lynn Lark.
Bill and Lynn Lark.
So I think they're pretty big names in the Australian whiskey scene.
Okay.
Probably hearing a bit more about them. But again, Australian whiskey is all quite young and new and all the rest of it. So these names are sort of starting to pop through. Founded in 2012.
Okay.
And then where it starts getting interesting is they relocated in 2015 to Kempton, obviously, in the Dysart House.
The Dysart?
Dysart House, which is a heritage listed building built in the 1840s.
Ooh,
as a little as a coaching inn.
Yeah.
In between Launceston and Hobart. So, you know, obviously horse and coach days, people stop off, rest, whatever, big stable out the back for the horses or whatnot.
Right.
Said stable is now their big aging room full of barrels.
Nice.
So
That's
it's
good.
pretty, it's good little spot to be, distilling.
That's a little piece of history to bring
exactly.
into your
It's not just some big modern factory or something. It's history and everything that goes with whiskey. It's perfect for it.
That is good.
So get back to the spirit thing. Of course, a heritage listed house in Australia comes with one thing all the time. It comes with ghosts.
Comes with ghosts. Nice.
So apparently they have got some ghosts wandering around the place. All the staff reckon they've heard footsteps and noises and lights flickering and doors moving and all the rest of it. So
Very
they do, as a distillery, they do whiskey tours, of course, and they do gins and liqueurs as well. I mean, gins is pretty run of the mill for craft distilleries, But they also do ghost tours.
Nice.
So if you're ever out that way, that'll be a good little, have some spirits, go see some spirits.
All they're missing is a little restaurant for lunch.
I think they've got that.
They've probably got that.
So
it's just a big day out, isn't it? Nice.
Yeah, so they've got quite a decent selection there, but it's all very small batch sort of stuff, being a craft distillery. But they've won some amazing awards already, for how young they are. So we're starting off with their Single Cask Tawny. Now, I struggle to find a bit of info on this, but I'm assuming aged in some ex-Tawny casks.
Okay.
Right?
Right.
But I don't think that's all they aged it in. And that's what I couldn't find the info of. But I think this was one of their more sort of, standard? Yeah, just one of their standard ones.
Ooh.
40-ish%, I think.
There's a fierce smell off that one, all right.
Very porty, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You could nearly mistake that for a port.
Ooh, I think you could.
Not that we're complaining.
No. Judging off what we had last week, I'm thinking this could do with a cut of ice, perhaps.
Potentially.
I am learning. So.
Yep. They're very... Yeah, it's...
Oh, yeah, there's a pull to that.
You've mixed port and whiskey together, basically, isn't it?
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I mean, again, with Australian whiskies and our temperatures and everything, I'm guessing whatever port barrel they were using, a lot of port still in that wood. Yeah. And as we've said before, the whiskey sort of breathes into that wood and would have pulled so much out of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good one, all right. It's definitely got a bite to it.
Yeah, it is a little bit on the harsh side.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, just more of an alcohol kick harshness rather than a...
Yeah,
I mean, it's aged nicely.
Yeah.
Like it's balanced well. It's smoothed out well, but yeah, it's got a kick.
Oh yeah, getting a smoky smell out of it.
46%, sorry.
46.
So there's a
well,
little
they've gone for
bit
that
of
as
bite.
a sweet spot, isn't it? 'Cause that's what you tend to say.
Exactly. So, well, again, being a craft distillery, they're not just trying to pump out mass production, right? So they're not going to go for the 40% unless it works.
Yeah.
They're going for what tastes the best,
Right.
you know. And could you imagine with that, without as much oil in that, like if you watered that down,
Yeah.
it wouldn't sit as well as that. Just having that bit of oiliness there that goes, just takes that edge off that port.
Yeah.
I think, yeah. Not too bad. It's a little
Yeah.
harsh,
There's a little kick to that,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
but the taste is amazing.
Yeah, the taste
Like
is fine.
I'm a port drinker myself, so that goes down nice.
Yeah. No, it's
Yeah.
good. Okay.
Second, yeah, sorry.
So this is our tasting kit that we got,
Yes.
right? 3 separate ones here. So that's a nice tawny one there. What are our other 2 there?
So,
Fantastic.
well, this one excites me. What are we at? 49%. This is a Solera.
A Solera.
Now, I had to actually do a bit of study as to what a Solera is. Now, this is, what they do is they've got, well, for these guys specifically, they got 20-litre drums, or barrels, sorry, aging this whiskey in things like ex-sherry casks, ex-port casks, and ex-musket casks.
Oh, ex-musket cask.
Yeah. And then once that's aged for a bit, they've put it into a 500-litre barrel, right?
Right.
And let it age in that. Then give it, I think it was about 8 months, 6 to 9 months.
Okay.
They'll take out half of that, bottle it,
Right.
leave the rest in there, and then refill it with all these other 20-litre barrels.
Okay.
So you've just got this constant flow of the same, you've got some of the same old whiskey in there still aging, and
Yeah.
then the new stuff comes in on top and blends with it. So however much of this Solera they'll release every 9 months or so, it's going to be a bit different.
It's going to be a little bit different
Yeah,
again. It's going to be more age. So let's just say more age is good.
Yeah.
And
And then
it
the
should,
blend
in
they
theory,
put-
get better each time.
Well, yeah, potentially. And then whatever blend they put in to begin with from those 20-litre barrels is always going to change as well. So that just sounds amazing to me. It used to be a bit of well, they say Portuguese. I don't know if it's really a Spain thing or whatever, but it used to be used a lot for wines
Okay.
and stuff, which Solera, I think, means the bottom, I think, or the oldest or something. So they'd fill a barrel up from the top, top being the criadera, I think they're pronounced, and then they tap it from the bottom. So the older stuff would come out first, and the newer stuff would keep going on the top, and just be this constant cycle.
Oh, okay.
So these guys at Kempton have taken that idea and done it with whiskey. That seems really amazing.
That's something different.
Yeah,
as well.
exactly. Yeah,
you know,
when you're talking craft whiskies, like, because you're so free to make some, you're not set to any rules like you are with bourbon and stuff like that. You can do some pretty crafty stuff with this.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's fun just to come up with these new ideas.
Yeah. Well, they've clearly had a crack at it, haven't they? So this is the Solera.
Yes. So again, you got mix of like ex-sherry, ex-port, ex-musket.
Yeah.
But you got a hint of like that sort of wininess to it.
Oh yeah.
Oh wow.
That's nice.
Wow.
That's good. That goes down a lot smoother.
It does. That is
Still a tiny bite at the back of the throat.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Only tiny.
very tiny.
Like you wouldn't notice that, and
And
that's a higher percentage as well. So
Yes.
You know.
Yeah, 49%. And that's,
it
you know,
smells
there's like
nice as well.
cream chocolates? Thinking chocolate and there's a bit of cream in the middle.
Yeah,
That's what I'm getting.
that's what you're getting. I'd like to know where you buy your cream chocolates. That's
Yeah,
nice.
big time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
a good
beautiful.
choice. That's a bold
It's a bit of
strategy
like-
as well.
Sort of toffee, malt, chocolatey, sort of like some dry fruit, like raisiny sort of fruit, or dates more so.
Yeah.
You get that chocolate?
Well, I don't know about chocolate, but definitely a sweeter taste to it than the
There's
first.
cream eggs.
Cream eggs, maybe.
It's been years since I've had one, but that's gorgeous.
We should have
I'm a
cream egg
big fan.
tasting, shouldn't we? That's a good one. I like that.
That is fantastic.
Yeah, that's nice.
Again, something different. But wow, like that's, I don't know what else to say.
Well, yeah, that's it. setting the stage nicely for the third one now. That's
Wow.
fun because we've progressed up the ladder as far as I'm concerned here.
So this is going to be a little test, an interesting test. We sat at 46% for this, 49 for this, but it got smoother.
Yes.
Even though it was higher.
Yeah.
Let's see what 60% does.
Oh, nice.
So
I'm not driving home today.
they are small glasses. Come on.
Yeah.
But
It's just a nip, isn't it?
this, I think they use wine barrels a lot more to age this.
Okay.
But about the only information I could find about it.
Hang on, what one is this now?
So this is the Coachouse.
Coachouse. So we had Solera and we had
The Tawny.
the Tawny. Tawny,
Yeah.
Solera, Coachouse.
Single Cask Tawny. Solera Multi-Cask. I believe this has been aged through like a multiple, or a few different wine casks, I think.
Okay.
It's about all the info I could get out of this one.
Yeah.
But
I'd say this place might be well worth a visit.
oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
For the spirits or the spirits?
Oh, both. Feel like we could do a triple interview down there. Ooh, it's a stronger smell than the Solera, I think. What do you think?
I'm questioning where the alcohol is. Taste it. That is one of the smoothest things I've ever had in my life.
That is smooth.
There is no burn to that at all.
Again, I'm getting a touch of it,
Oh,
but I'm more
but I
amateur
mean,
at this than you.
after
so-
this,
Yeah.
it's, wow.
I wonder what that'd be like on its own. Might have to take the rest of that bottle home.
Oh, that is phenomenal.
That is nice.
Oh, I don't know what to say.
And again, to go with the 60%, which we know they've gone for the flavour.
Yes.
And with the alcohol tax in this country, that's going to cost them a lot more.
Yeah,
Than it is to,
but again,
you know.
they're chasing a craft, not a mass production.
Yeah.
And good on them. I'm getting like this artificial kind of sweetness to it, like I don't know, some sort of lolly, like a gummy bear of some sort.
A gummy bear. My God. Where do you
Which
buy
I think
your
they
sweets?
actually mentioned that on their. I can get that, or like the sherbety sort of stuff. I mean, it's very hint, and it's right on the back end there.
I think I
very
need
faint.
more practice. I think maybe that's what.
That's what we're here for. Right? I'm teaching you.
Well, we still got a little left. We can do one more with Kempton next week if you want. Go the other way.
Oh wow. Yeah, there's like an artificially sweetness to it,
That
but
smells-
not in that chemical way. It's a nice sweetness. Isn't
Yeah.
it?
Well, the smell's a lot better again, right?
Yeah.
Which again, you would think would be more of an alcohol smell.
Yeah.
Being 60%.
Yes.
But that's
it's just.
lighter.
Remember those little packets you get? I don't know if you were here when they were around. Called, I think they were like Dippets.
Dippets, yeah,
You
yeah.
get your little
Dippets, yeah.
chalk freaking thing, and it smells and tastes a bit like that. That's what I'm getting. Oh, that is fantastic. Yeah, a bit of toffee, almost like a coffee ground or something.
Maybe like a coffee flavoured toffee. I can kind of see that, yeah.
Oh, that is fantastic.
That is nice.
Oh,
As
All
I
right,
say,
we're
there's
gonna
still a
do-
little burn for me.
yeah.
But-
Yeah, there is a tiny bit on the back end there, but
Yeah.
I was expecting so much more from a 60%.
Yeah, from a 60%
like
one, yeah.
we're not far off doubling what we usually have.
Oh, yeah, that's- yeah, yeah.
wise, like, but far out, that is smooth.
Well, I mean, I've done high percentage absinthe and the likes. I mean, that burn's going down, all right? Nothing smooth about that stuff.
100%,
Yeah.
No, I think these guys have done a fantastic job. Great history to the place, a great area.
Yeah.
It's a great whiskies. If you're ever down that way, I'd suggest
think, yeah,
visiting.
that's it,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's phenomenal.
Well, the fan in particular who bought this for us, I believe, and I'm open to be corrected on this, but he'd got it at a local market down there. So he picked it out. There was a selection of distilleries down there,
Yep.
and he picked this one out. Especially, this was the one that
Yeah,
he
yeah.
fancied the best out of
Yeah,
all the
okay.
people he was talking to.
Yep.
And I think he's hit the nail on the head.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I think that's spot
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, I think the weather down there is perfect for whiskies. Like, I think around Victoria and Tassie sort of way, I think a lot of shooting up.
You got to
It's a
figure
perfect spot.
that's probably the wrong phrase to have there. A lot of shooting up. I mean, particularly since you mentioned Victoria. No.
Jeez.
Well, I think you might be right because the climate down there is much closer to Ireland
Yeah.
and Scotland
Yeah, yeah,
than
exactly.
anywhere else
Yeah.
over here.
But
you
we've
know?
still got enough heat fluctuations around here that we can
Yeah.
age things a lot quicker.
Yeah.
So I find, being so young to the game with Australian whiskies, they still feel and taste like they are aged well, even though they haven't been in the barrel that long. So,
well, particularly with the Solera, that's a good strategy to take out half and then put half in.
Yeah, even just from a business point of view, it's probably good, but it's just a fun...
You're just improving it every time.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of like you're diluting an aged whiskey to make your... so if Jameson did it, they took their 12-year-old and mixed it with their normal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
It's like they're trying to improve the normal by using their quality stuff.
Yeah, that's right.
In a similar sense. Yeah. But yeah, that's good. I think
that is fantastic.
I think between the three, Solera's my favourite. Right in the middle, that was really nice.
Yes, yeah, I'd probably agree. Flavour, yes.
Yeah.
How easy that is to drink. That's hard to go past. So, yeah.
I would be curious to see what they all taste like with ice as well.
Yeah.
Because there was a dramatic change to that rye last week. Dramatic change.
Try that with whiskies too much,
Yeah.
but yeah. I'm getting a lot of port just sitting here after
Just
the
sitting
fact.
in there.
You're getting that port. No, well done.
That's
well done,
good.
Kempton. That is phenomenal.
Yes.
And I think we'll be making a visit.
I think so. That's definitely on the list. 100%. Yeah. That is absolutely fantastic. And a special thanks to our gifter, right?
Yes.
Now, if we're completely honest,
not
he did demand shares in the business in return for this, but we will negotiate that at a later date.
Well, I didn't drink all the bottles. I thought he might like a bit.
Well, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah. Just to be nice.
Yeah.
Very good.
Nah, thank you very much.
Yes, thank you, everybody. And hang on, we haven't done our rating.
Oh, our rating. Well,
Yes. It's hard because we are kind of
it is.
comparing
Yeah,
them,
it is hard.
but they're all nice. We don't really have
yeah.
anything negative to say.
No, that's right.
That's a bit of a harsher.
Yeah, I'd
Four,
probably
I'm
set
gonna
that
say.
as a 3.
That's a 3, you
Yeah,
reckon?
for me.
Yeah.
Oh, it's hard. 4.5 for the other two, I think.
4.5.
Yeah.
4.5. It's nice, nice.
Yeah.
I look
good.
forward to the day we get a 5. I really do.
I really shouldn't be so hard for me. I'm just saving it for that pearl. Just
for
so
that
you
absolute perfect, yeah.
it's really good.
The one that you drink and then everything else tastes like piss afterwards. That's the one.
I mean, if that had the flavour of that and it sort of like went down, that'd be a 5.
You reckon?
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll have to try them on their own.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
How about yourself?
absolutely. No, I think my Solera here, in terms of ratings, I don't know, but I'm going to definitely say a 4 for the Solera. And I'm not sure where to go with the other two, but they're not far off. I mean, they are really good.
Yeah.
And I thoroughly enjoyed them.
Yeah.
That was good. Yeah.
No, fantastic. And also just to have like a variety like that's still well done throughout the whole variety, and every one of them's just aged completely differently.
Oh yeah.
Yet they still nailed it every time around.
Yes. Yeah.
Which that's not a common thing to do. So
I mean, I'm assuming there's more variety still.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
if this is their standard,
yeah.
that's a pretty good bet for the rest of them.
That's right.
You know. And well worth a gift. Well worth a gift. If anybody would like to buy one for a budding podcast, it's a great thing.
Good stuff.
But yeah,
Old Kempton Distillery, done well.
fantastic.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Maybe.
There's nothing in there.